Thank you for being here this afternoon to this edition of the Moreno Valley Chamber of Commerce and our partners, Moreno Valley Unified, Valverde Unified, and Moreno Valley College for our Student of the Month program. Before we get started, recent incidents affect us closely. Number one, because a student was involved and a teacher was involved. And before I get started, I'd really like to start the meeting with a moment of silence with respect for Jonathan Martinez and for as a student and for teacher Karen Smith for their lives were taken. And that's a big impact, not just for San Bernardino, but communities like ours, because as I mentioned, students and teachers, they're very important aspects of our lives, everybody else. But if we could take a moment of silence with respect and prayers for their family. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate that. So with that in mind, it's important to recognize students that are in our program and those that guide them. And it's great to have everybody here. It's hard to believe that this is the final Student of the Month of the year. I mean, I was literally just thinking, we just had 2 or 3 of them, but no, we've been through the whole year already. And I guess it's because we look forward to it that every Student of the Month is almost like a first because of the stories and the impacts that are made are the first for us all that are here. So that's why it just feels that way. I'd like to ask all the students of the month to please stand so we can recognize you right away. All students of the month, please stand. Don't be shy. You may be seated. I see some of you shy, but this is recognizing you and everything you do. With that, we're going to have some special welcomes coming to the podium to welcome and congratulate you. We do have from the City of Moreno Valley, Mayor Pro Tem Victoria Baca.
Buenas tardes, ¿cómo están? Que les quiero dar la bienvenida a todos los padres y apreciar todo lo que hacen para apoyar sus estudiantes. Good afternoon. I just want to congratulate the parents because they do so much for our students in supporting them to get them here. Student of the Month, it's just a stepping stone. It's a big stepping stone, but you're going to do better and more because you've already gotten this far. Lograr el estudiante del mes es un premio grande, es como pisar una piedra y la piedra los va a lanzar a cosas más grandes y mucho más en su futuro. So no paren aquí, okay? Háganle caso a sus padres. Please pay attention and follow your parents' directions, right? I know because I have a daughter that's 42 and I have grandkids that are 23, 18, and 13. They're all 5 years apart, but all of them know more than I do, even though I'm older. Okay. Por favor, háganle caso a sus padres. Padres exijan que le hagan caso. Yo tengo una hija de 42 años, tengo un nieto de 23 años, una nieta de 18 años y un nieto de 13 años. Y aunque todos son más jóvenes que yo, todos saben más que yo. Okay? So esa es una etapa. That's just the stage that kids go to. So on behalf of the city of Moreno Valley, on behalf of Mayor Exen Gutierrez, I want to say congratulations to all Student of the Month. De parte de la ciudad de Moreno Valley, el alcalde Exen Gutierrez, les quiero felicitar a todos los estudiantes por recibir este premio del estudiante del mes. Muchas gracias. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. Thank you for being here. I'd like to welcome to the podium Moreno Valley Unified School District Superintendent, Dr. Martin Rex Gedsiora.
This is not going to be translated, so I just want you to know that. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm really happy to see all of you, and I want to thank our school board for being here. Mr. Johnson, our board president, would you please? Yeah. And Mr. Baugh, who's our board vice president. And then I invited two people from Edgenuity here today. They work with Compass Learning as a partner in our district because I wanted them to see what an amazing community we have here. That's Shannon Alves and Lisa Bliss. But I want to let the families know, and this is for every family that's here. I appreciate what you said, Oscar, earlier about the tragedy in San Bernardino, because too often I don't think you know how much we care about your children and your families, and I just want you to know that we do care. And sometimes you don't hear that enough, that you matter just for who you are, and that we care about you as individuals, and that we take care of you every day, and we take that very seriously. And I know that we're here today to celebrate, but I want you to know that you really, as a family and a community, mean so much to us. And I just can't thank you enough for what you do for your children and what you do for our community. So thank you.
Thank you, sir. I want that transcribed in different languages after. That's your homework. It's a great partnership that we have with the school districts, and here to welcome you from Val Verde Unified School District is Mr. Michael McCormick.
Yeah, thank you, Oscar. It's always an honor to be here to recognize the amazing achievements of our students. And, you know, I want to also say on behalf of my Board of Education, we have a president of our board, Mr. Julio Gonzalez, is here with us today. Also, the vice president of our board, Miss Marla Kirkland, is here. Thank you for being here. And students, I just want to say how proud I am of you. And, you know, one of the ways I think you just can't go wrong is and even, you know, at your age, you have opportunities to lead. You've demonstrated leadership in the things that you're doing. I just remind you, it's a very simple thing. Lead and introduce love and light into the world. Thank you, and have a good day.
Thank you, sir. It's not just the school districts that we have a great partnership relationship with. It's the Moreno Valley College, and we're proud to have them as a part of the program. Please welcome Dr. Irving Hendrick, interim president.
Thank you very much. This is almost like a family relationship. Earlier today, administrators, principals of the Moreno Valley Unified School District and the Val Verde School District were together planning a dual enrollment program. The school districts and Moreno Valley College are linked like no other school districts and a college anywhere. The communication and the joint programming goes back a long way to the middle college high school program, and the relationships are extensive indeed. As Superintendent McCormick can attest, the principal of the the board president of the Val Verde Unified School District is sitting right next to him, and he is the principal of the Middle College High School program at Moreno Valley College. How many of the students of the month here today have your university acceptances already? Okay, that's pretty good, and I trust that most of you have applied, and probably most of you have applied to your top rated universities. I'd like to remind you that you have two shots at that. If you don't get into the university that you primarily would like to go to, after you complete your lower division, freshman and sophomore years, hopefully at Moreno Valley College, you get a second shot. UCLA works closely with Moreno Valley College, so does UC Irvine, UCR, all of the California State Universities. It's not difficult to transfer in as a junior. So you'll still graduate from the same place, even if you don't get the acceptance letter as early as you want to. And this is about the month when those acceptance letters come in. Well, I'm looking forward to hearing your stories. And that's the most inspiring program, or the most inspiring part of these programs each month as we learn about you. Thank you.
We have great support from elected officials representing the Office of County Supervisor, 5th District Supervisor Marion Ashley, Amber Smalley.
Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of Riverside County Supervisor Marion Ashley's office, we would like to congratulate all of our Student of the Month award winners. We wish you the best of success, and we encourage you to finish off the year strong. Thank you.
And no, Amber didn't just graduate. They're getting younger and younger. But representing the office of Senator Richard Roth, Mr. Marine, Mr. Alti Holcomb, thank you for your service, sir.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of Senator Richard Roth, I want to take this time to congratulate each of the students being honored here today. And I also want to salute all of you for everything you've done at such an early juncture in your lives and in helping ensure professional and personal success. So again, congratulations and have a great day.
Also ready to graduate this year, representing the office of Congressman Mark Takano, Ms. Desiree Rutan.
Doesn't help that I'm short too. So, good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of Congressman Mark Takano, I'd like to congratulate each of this month's Student of the Month awards. May you continue to excel in all of your academic goals, and good luck to you for the rest of the school year. Thank you.
He is not only the representative for Assemblyman Jose Medina, but he is recently a new father, Mr. Jarrell Varela.
Thank you. Appreciate it. On behalf of Assemblymember Jose Medina's office, we just want to congratulate all the students of the month. Also want to, Oscar said something about me being a new parent. Really want to give a shout out to all the parents here. Can't imagine all the things that go into being a parent. I'm just starting to be one, and for you to raise these great children and to become great adults, it just means a lot to us. And so congratulations to the families here. It is a family here in Moreno Valley, and we're glad to be part of it. Okay?
Okay, before we get started, Students of the Month, we've got some great supporters of the program. So at the end of the ceremony, make sure to pick up your goodie bags to take those with you. This lovely bag from International Auto Crafters not only has a ruler for the parents to keep you in line. Looks like there's a bag of sweets, and looks like they really did it right, 'cause I believe this is a female, but yes, a little file for your nails and a nice little plaque. So thank you to International for that, International Auto Crafters. And then from Altura Credit Union, you can put your Mountain Dew in here to keep you up on those late nights for the homework assignments. You do have from the Moreno Valley Chamber a little stylus pen, so you know that you do click it and it is a writing apparatus, so we'll teach you more on that. And I really encourage you, social media is big, to take the time to take pictures of these certificates and let others see your accomplishments. You will receive certificates from the County of Riverside supervisors, the City of Moreno Valley, and make sure to wear your nice lapel pin. One of our big sponsors, Sizzler, is giving you some nice coupons to go and have a meal on them. Of course, from the Moreno Valley Chamber, Student of the Year certificate. Riverside County Office of Education. From Congressman Mark Takano. We have from Moreno Valley College. From the state legislature, Jose Medina, Assemblyman Jose Medina. From Senator Richard Roth. And again, a nice little writing apparatus here from the Riverside County Office of Education. I would really encourage you to highlight and let others know of your accomplishments, but also to be an encouragement to others and let them know that they too can be successful, whether it's a Student of the Month or just graduating. So make sure you pass that along and pay it forward. We're going to ask that the introduction of principals will be our superintendents, Dr. Martin Rex Ketziora and Mr. Michael McCormick, and we're going to start off with Dr. Martin Rex Ketziora.
Please join me in welcoming Mrs. Tamara Kerr, who is the principal of Canyon Springs High School. Y'all can clap for her.
Wrong order here. Here we go. I would like to introduce the Canyon Springs High School April Student of the Month, Mr. Adolfo Paredes. You're going to come over and stand over here. Right there on the X. It's always awkward for my kids because we're always first. Adolfo is here today with Mom Amira Osorio over here. Thank you, Mom, for being here today. Academic recognition, Adolfo has never earned anything less than a B or an A in high school. He has a GPA of 3.8. Extracurricular activities, he's a member of our soccer team, but he also plays soccer outside of school on an adult team. Soccer is kind of his life from what I've heard about him. His teacher, Mrs. Riley, says Adolfo is an excellent student. He has great school spirit and is kind and polite. He is a leader in class and on the soccer field, inspiring his team to perform their best. His teacher, Mr. Hartz, says Adolfo helps other students in the classroom. He's polite and well-liked by his classmates and peers. And Ms. Woods, Adolfo is a caring student who enjoys working collaboratively with his peers and always extends encouragement and kindness. He has worked diligently to improve his academic skills and continually seeks to improve himself while learning new subject matter. Adolfo loves soccer, and you can see him running an amazing defense for the Cougars. So you can pick up on a theme here. Every single person I talked to talked about how kind he was, how considerate, how helpful, all of those things that we want to see in our young people. When I asked him what he's most proud of, he said that he's most proud of keeping his grades up and working hard in school. I asked about college and what are your college plans? His immediate response was, well, my mom and dad said I have to go to college. So, Mom, I so appreciate you giving that message to your student. He plans to attend either Moreno Valley College or Riverside Community College, and with career plans, we're still kind of up in the air there. Lots of options: law enforcement, construction, architecture, or professional soccer player, to name just a few on the extensive list that he gave me. So our student of the month, Mr. Adolfo Paredes.
Well, yeah. Well, I'd like to thank for, I got Students of the Month, and I will thank to my mom, my dad, my brother. My brother just pushed me a lot because I need to learn a lot of things. So, but good news, I'm about to graduate in high school, but bad news, I'm about to miss this stadium, to build the stadium. So, yeah. All right, yeah, I'm about to miss that. Well, yes, all right, thank you.
It's my honor to bring to the podium here the principal from Citrus Hill High School, Ms. Nereda Gonzalez. And as she's making her way up, students, there's an X on the carpet here with some tape on it. So when you come up, make your way, stand right on that X. Don't be afraid to get close to the podium here so it looks like you like your principal and you guys have met before. And so you'll be in the right spot. So here she is, Ms. Nereda Gonzalez.
It is my honor to introduce Citrus Hills Student of the Month, Ms. Diana Espinoza. I should have filled it up with them. That's a funny story. She made her way up here. Our student, Diana Espinoza, I am humbled to introduce. She is number 1 out of a class of 520. She carries a GPA of 4.4. She is an amazing student, Valverde Products, started out in Sierra Vista, went to Lakeside, ended up at Tomas, and is with us now. She is involved in, just this last week, we had Unity Festival on Saturday. She was there with the engineering club selling carne asada nachos for about 5 hours. Then yesterday, she is getting ready for a fashion show, part of our fashion club. So during lunch, we had a prom fashion show. And then after school, then goes and is at our swim meet because she is a sports medicine varsity trainer. She is completely involved in what makes Citrus Hill so special. It's our students are participating in everything, and we're a community and a family. She has been in our scholars program for 4 years. She is, like I said, in sports medicine. She's a varsity trainer and has been part of that program for 3 years. She's been in the fashion club for 3 years. She is also in our engineering club. She's been the president for the past 2 years. And she's been in NHS. Yet when she walks around so humble, and it's like, well, that's just what I do. You know, I do it all. And makes it look so easy and makes it look effortless. And so I asked her any major challenges, and she's like, no, you know, it's been all right. I've been able to do it. But yet she has taken every AP course that we have to offer at Citrus. And she is our first Quest Bridge Scholar. And so she will be going to Vanderbilt on a full ride, 4 years, room and board. And that's all I get when I'm trying to be super proud of her. She just gives me a little half smile like, so she's an amazing student. She has accomplished so much, and she is always looking out for everyone else. In sports medicine, she is one of our best trainers. And so that leads us to, well, what do you want to do with your life?
I'm going to be going to Vanderbilt for biomedical engineering, so go STEM. And I hopefully in the future.
So she wants to go to Vanderbilt. She wants to combine her parents, chemists, were trained in Mexico. They're in the medical field. They're currently nurses. So getting that field, but her love for engineering. She is going to combine those together and go into biomedical engineering. And I asked her why. She's like, I want to have my own prosthetics company. And I want to provide the best prosthetics regardless of what insurance you have, because people deserve the best, not what they could afford, but the best. And so I know that she's going to go out there and change the world and be exactly what we need. I already know that she's inspired that little boy over there, her little brother. He wants to now be an engineer, so he knows what he wants to do. So our amazing student at Citrus Hill High School, and I'm very proud to introduce her, Miss Diana Espinoza.
So I would just like to thank my parents because they always pushed me and supported me in all my endeavors, however crazy they may have seen or how busy they made me. I would also like to thank the Citrus Hill staff, especially Ms. Gonzalez. They've supported me so much. I have amazing teachers that I know I can count on for recommendations or just help in life in general. And I don't know, that's about it. She mostly said everything. Like how she was saying about major challenges, I said I didn't really have one that I could specifically point out in Citrus because of the staff there that they helped me so much that I can't really count them as a major challenge because they haven't affected me as much as they would have if I didn't have that help. So thank you for all your help and Citrus Hill help. And that's about it. Thank you.
Let's see here. I'm going to throw you a curveball. Hang on just a second here. Let me see if I can get this. So I'm gonna go out of turn just a little bit. We have a student from Rancho Verde High School that has a track meet this afternoon, so I want to make sure we get you to the starting blocks on time. So I'd like to introduce our assistant principal, Mr. Juan Santos.
Good afternoon, everybody. I promised her I'd try to get her out of here by 12:30 because the bus is leaving at 1 o'clock and she still has to go home and pick up some, drop off mom and pick up some things from school. So thank you for your flexibility. I'd like to introduce to you Lorena Magadan. She's one of our All-Stars students at Rancho Verde High School. She is a 4-year AVID member, and in conversations that we've had, she discovered that she was an athlete a little bit later in life. She said she didn't realize she enjoyed running as much until she got to 10th grade. And so one of her proudest moments is being able to know that she can compete with students that have been training since they were 5th graders, 6th graders, and starting in elementary school, and be able to kind of match up with them and do well in competitions. And so she's very proud of that. She's one of our valedictorians. She's ranked number 20 out of a class of 747 at Rancho Verde. She's undecided right now. She's leaning towards Cal State San Bernardino. She also got accepted to UCSD, and she wants to pursue nursing, the nursing field. And so she's kind of going back and forward, but she said, I'm leaning more towards San Bernardino right now. So in the next couple of weeks, she's going to have to make up her mind. And part of the way that she got involved with, and she wanted to study nursing, was because of conversations that she was having with the doctors and their nurse practitioners. They kind of give her advice in terms of some of the things that she can do with a nursing degree. And so she got real interested in that, and so that's why she's interested in pursuing that. So with that, I would like to introduce to you Lorena Magadan.
Hello, everybody. Well, as he said, my name is Lorena, and I would like to say that it's an honor to receive this Student of the Month award, as I know not many people get it, and it takes hard work to get here, as there are many, many students in school. But I would like to thank everybody at Rancho who has helped me, and my parents, and my best friend who has helped me emotionally and in any other way to help me get to where I am. And I would also like to congratulate every other student, as I know it takes hard work. And yes, thank you.
Thank you. Here's your plaque. Lorena.
Let's get her stuff since she's got to go.
Please join me in welcoming Sean McMurray, the principal of March Mountain High School.
Maybe just a little out of order here. Here we go. Congratulations and welcome to all the students and parents for the month of April. It is my honor to congratulate our Student of the Month from March Mountain, Jacob Pippage. Come on up, Jacob. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Mrs. Greaves describes him as a hardworking, exceptionally mature individual who's always willing to help anyone with anything. And it's important to note that Jacob started with us in 9th grade at March Valley, and it's been a pleasure to watch him mature over the last few years as he's made his way through March Mountain, graduating this school year. He was also one of our chief architects for Mrs. Greaves' Friday movie night trick-or-treat room, which was a great success for our community. We had a lot of community members come out, a lot of friends of the school, and a lot of students and parents. So it was great to see him work with other students in creating a great atmosphere for that evening. Ms. Harrell describes Jacob as always smiling, and even when he's having a bad day, you're always going to get a smile and a good greeting from him. Mrs. Grafstrom highlighted that he is one of our top scholars this year, which is a well-deserved accolade for him. Ms. Covarrubias, who had him in March Valley, says she wants him back. It's no fair that he went to March Mountain. She wants him back in March Valley. After graduating, Jacob is interested in joining the Air Force and working with their drone program. The teachers and students are really going to miss you at March Mountain. Congratulations. Well-deserved honor.
I just want to thank everybody, and congratulate all the Student of the Months here. I want to thank my dad for being there throughout pretty much everything I've been through. thanks all the teachers that I've had over the years that have been behind me to push me forward, to help me through the hard times at school, and just want to say thank you, and thank you. Yes.
And now from Moreno Valley College, the director of the Middle College High School program, Mr. Julio Gonzalez.
Thank you. Unfortunately, our student of the month is not here. At our college, this is our spring break, and she's actually visiting universities that she's been accepted to. So good reason why she's not able to be here. But before I share a little bit of information on our student, heads up that I am not going to do justice to all the great things that this student has done. I didn't have the opportunity to talk to her before the break, so I have some information. But one of the things that I was told when we were selecting this student was that first of all, her name is Zoe Wilson, and she comes to us from Valley View High School. But Zoe is an amazing young lady that has faced many challenges that would have a huge impact on a young person, on their motivation to succeed in school and in different levels. But aside, regardless of that, those challenges that she's faced, she's always had a positive outlook and high work ethics, that she's been able to just do amazing things in our program, and she's been accepted to many universities. Zoe has a high school GPA of a 3.47. She has completed, as of today, 49 college units. She will be finishing our program with 55 college units, which, if you know anything about community college and transferring, 60 units is considered 2 years. So she'll be shy of 2 years of completing college work as a high school student. And with the 49 units, again, it's a 3.63 GPA, where the majority of her courses she's been earning A's, and all of her courses have been degree applicable courses. She has been accepted. One of the universities she's been accepted to is La Salle University in Philadelphia, where she was sharing with me that that is the place that she wants to go, but also the place that is giving her more scholarship opportunities. And she'll be majoring in psychology and pursuing a career in psychology. Zoe has been a member of the water polo team at Valley View, where she's been a star player. And one of our high school teachers wrote that I am very excited, Ms. Smith wrote, I'm very excited that Zoe is representing Middle College High School program as our student of the month. Since she came to our program, she has stood out as a young lady of excellence. From her junior to senior year, she has remained consistent. In the classroom, she is a model student. When it comes to sports, she is a star athlete, and always, she is a person of integrity and character. Zoe is one of those rare students who has impacted me as a teacher with her courage and dedication to rise above whatever hardship that life presents her with. Zoe Wilson makes me and those around her want to be better individuals. So again, our student of the month, Zoe Wilson. Thank you.
Please welcome LaToysha Brown, who's the principal of Moreno Valley High School.
Good afternoon. I present to you our student of the month, and her name is Miss Evelyn De La Cruz. Evelyn is an awesome student at Moreno Valley High School. She is the youngest of 5 children, 2 brothers and 2 sisters, and she has a 4.0 GPA. Evelyn is involved in our math club as the secretary. She is a member of the Eco Club, the Science Club, and the History Club. Her major, she liked to major in biochemistry, and so far she has been accepted to UCLA, UC Riverside, UC San Diego, UC Irvine, Cal State Long Beach, Cal State Poly San Luis Obispo, Cal State San Bernardino, and Cal State San Diego. She plans to be a cardiovascular surgeon, and she believes that her gift is the ability to write well. But as we were talking, she also stated that she loves to play video games. And she is gifted in her favorite video game, she shared with me, is Overwatch. I said, well, do you spend all of your weekend playing games? She said, no, Ms. Brown, I spend most of it studying, but I'm very involved in the video game community, and I think that's a gift in itself. She also enjoys the mornings. She's a morning person. She loves going to the movies. She loves the rain. And the thing that she is most proud of is that she was accepted into all the universities, and she was advised by some of her peers that her major should be undeclared because she wanted to major in biochemistry. They told her not to declare her major because she may not get accepted. But she honored her initial decision, and she stuck to her guns, and she declared her major, and she was accepted despite putting her major on her application, and she is most proud of that. Her teacher said some wonderful things about her. Mr. Rogers says, Evelyn is such a bright and dedicated student. She works extremely hard to maintain her excellent academic standing. I am so very proud of her, and she is so deserving of this honor. Mr. Mireles says, Evelyn's determination to succeed has led her to excel in my class. She consistently gets excellent marks on her homework and tests, and she participates in class regularly. Compared to other students in class, Evelyn's grades have always been at the top. This has led other students in her class to ask for help if they do not understand a lesson. Despite her busy schedule, Evelyn always balances her time so she can help anyone who needs assistance with the language. Mrs. Gunn states that Evelyn is strong and continues to focus on school even when she experiences major challenges. She is kind and caring, and she always has a smile. And Mr. Bridges states, Evelyn de la Cruz, what can I say? I've known her since she was a freshman in my Avid 9 class, and now I have had the esteemed pleasure of teaching her in my AP English Literature and Composition course. I have never had a student so brilliantly gifted. I marvel at her literary prowess and her ability to overtake new discourses and encounters. She challenges me to become a better teacher, to think deeper thoughts, to engage text in ways I could have never imagined. She's one of those students who I will never forget, and she is truly a remarkable person. When she leaves Moreno Valley High School to start anew at UCLA or wherever, I will miss her greatly. I present to you Moreno Valley High School Student of the Month, Evelyn de la Cruz. Congratulations, Evelyn.
Hello. First of all, I would like to thank Moreno Valley Unified School District for providing me such an amazing education throughout all my years. I would like to thank my principal, Ms. Brown, for honoring me with this award. And I would also, and last but not least, I would like to thank my parents for bringing me here and for providing me some people to fall back on when things get hard, especially at school. And I love them deeply. Thank you.
Next up, please help me welcome Dr. Vanessa Carwin from Val Verde Academy.
I would like to celebrate a hardworking and determined young man, Mr. Quinn Hain. Quinn started at BVA his freshman year, and since then he has grown tremendously as a student and individual. He exhibits strong problem-solving skills, resiliency, and effort. He has always managed to maintain above a 3.0 GPA despite any challenges he has faced. Quinn is such a hard worker and has a job delivering newspapers, waking up at the crack of dawn before his school day starts. He actually has to leave right after this for a second round interview for a second job in Riverside. So he's working really hard to save money for college. He is always willing to lend a hand to his fellow classmates and serves as a mentor, as he is our ASB vice president. He has a kind personality, and students gravitate to him for words of support. He has also worked to improve our yearbook course, and his technology skills are amazing, as well as his eye for design. Quinn is actually taking after his dad and plans to study a career in information systems to work in the information technology industry and become an IT manager. But he's already teaching his dad new tricks, he tells me. This kid's going to the top. He has actually been accepted to Cal State University San Bernardino, and he's already arranging for his housing and getting registered, so he's looking forward to his new journey. Please help me recognize a young gentleman and very deserving BVA Student of the Month, Mr. Quinn Hain.
So there's so much to say in so little time. So I'm just going to thank the people who deserve to be thanked. My principal, Dr. Carwin, my teachers, and my parents who always lit the fire under me to keep me going. I'd like to thank Red Bull for keeping me awake through school and work. And I'd like to thank Microsoft for rolling out the buggiest operating system ever and keeping my job in.
All right, next up from Val Verde High School, Principal, Mr. Steve Coelho.
Good afternoon. I'd like to recognize one of our great students. Turn around. Don't be shy. He's a shy guy. Mr. Pedro Dominguez, give him a hand, please. Story about Pedro. I've known Mr. Pedro for about 4 years now at the Comprehensive High School and now at Val Verde High School. The first 3 years of high school were a little rough for him. Guidance and direction were not his thing, but this year he started out strong. He made a choice and made a decision that this year was going to be his year. And sure enough, his teachers are so proud of him. They've selected him as the Student of the Month because of that. He's turned out this year to be just a model student. Teachers just love him. They're proud of him. He enjoys hanging out with his family. He really loves the support his family gives him. He's really thankful for his mom and dad for their support and encouragement. He also likes to thank his teachers who, again, really supported him and really encouraged him to make that change, and he has, so that's great. His goal is to go to work right after school. He's still trying to decide what he wants to do, so he's going to go to work, so that's great. And also, I always ask my students, everyone's special. Everyone has a special talent, skill, something. What makes you special? And he told me, you know what? I'm my own person. I don't let people dictate what I do. I don't let them drive me in the directions I don't want to go. And for that, he's made that decision that he is going to go to the top. So with that, I congratulate Mr. Pedro Dominguez.
First of all, I just want to thank my mom for giving me everything I need. I love her, you know, and also I want to say that it's hard to get here, you know, because I went down the wrong path, but, you know, it's never hard to get back up. And look where I'm at right now, you know. Thank you.
Please welcome Ms. Karen Johnson, principal of Valley View High School.
It is my pleasure to present Valley View High School's Student of the Month, Ms. Lizeth Galvin. Here's what Lizette's math teacher said about her. Lizette is hardworking, she works well with her peers, and she has a positive, supportive attitude. She pushes herself to exceed, and she recaps the rewards of her efforts. Her English teacher says, Lizette has all the hallmarks of a great leader. She is strong-willed, intelligent, and unafraid to do what is necessary. She always made the classroom a better place. Here's what her ASB leader says. Lizette is a great student and a very dependable worker. She is involved in AVID, ASB, and also soccer. If she sees a task that needs to be done, she takes the initiative to complete the task without being asked. Her leader has watched her grow and develop over the past 4 years. She states that Lizeth is incredible, and she's amazed at her dedication to her education, as she is an example of service to others. In talking specifically about who she is, Lizette has displayed wonderful leadership skills during her 4 years at Valley View High School. She is a passionate high school student and a very intelligent young lady. As well as keeping up with her academics, she is a school leader, and she's an athlete, as well as trying to maintain a GPA of 3.5 or better. She has received the Principal's Award during her junior year and also honor roll in her sophomore and junior years. She has served as the class vice president for ASB for both her 10th grade and is now serving in her senior year as the vice president. She has also participated in AVID since she was in the 10th grade. She is on the girls' varsity soccer team, and she has been on the soccer team since she was in the 10th grade. And she's received the Eagles Award for soccer in her junior year. Lizeth has applied at the University of Santa Cruz and also California State University, Long Beach. And she is accepting Long Beach as her choice. Lizette conducts herself in a positive and a professional manner, well beyond her teenage years. I want to say that Lizette may not have the highest GPA in the room, neither does she have the usual resume of taking a lot of AP and honors classes, but what she does have is the true heart of an eagle. She has demonstrated the ability to soar high in times of adversity. She has persevered, she's survived, and she's exemplified a deep concern and a care for others. I've gotten to know Lizeth because she comes in the office every day to do the student announcements. And one thing she shared with me was that at a young age, she had a cousin that died of cancer. She told me that it inspired her to become a pediatric oncologist so she could help other students and other young people who may be going through cancer and needing some support. So I can't tell you how proud I am to have Ms. Lizette Galvin as our Student of the Month for Valley View High School. Congratulations.
Well, first off, I want to say thank you to Ms. Johnson for always believing in me when I didn't believe in myself. I was always nervous for my tests during second period, and she would always motivate me and tell me I got this, and I made it through my first semester of calculus. I want to say thank you to my parents for pushing me and always believing in me and supporting me through whatever decision I make, and for everything they have given me. And especially all the teachers and all the administration and all the staff at Valley, because they push me so much, and I'm grateful for everything they've done. And thank you.
Please welcome Mr. David Sosa, the assistant principal at Vista Del Lago High School.
Good afternoon. It's right here. Yours is still up here. Somebody's is up here. Okay. All right. Mr. Swanson sends his apologies. He's at a training today. But without further ado, I know Andrea Juarez's parents, her dad's here, her mom is here. Her dad's here on his lunch break, so he was like, oh, what time is this going to start? He's on my lunch break. I don't want him to think that I'm taking advantage of this afternoon out here enjoying the sun. With that, I'd like to introduce Vista Del Lago's Student of the Month for the month of April, Andrea Juarez. While we were eating lunch, I was talking to Andrea and I was asking her, what her plans were, because I've got her bio here, but I was asking her, what she was doing. She's been accepted to quite a few different schools, but she's decided on UCSD. She's getting a full ride to UCSD, and she's going to be close to home, as Mom would love to definitely have her here. But congratulate her on her choice to go to UCSD. Andrea Juarez is a senior at Vista Del Lago High School, where she has attended all 4 years of her high school career. She is the oldest of three, with an 11-year-old brother and a 9-year-old sister, both of whom attend Ramona Elementary within the Moreno Valley Unified School District. At Vista Del Lago, Andrea has been in Health Academy all 4 years, played softball for 3 years, and has participated in Friday Night Live, and hosted for 2 years. She received the Seal of Multiliteracy this year and holds a 3.8 GPA. Andrea has completed AP Euro History, AP U.S. History, AP Language and Composition, AP Biology. In addition, she has completed Honors English 2, Honors Pre-Calc, Honors Algebra 2, and Honors Chemistry. She's got a lot of time to be able to do this. She's a fantastic young lady. Andrea has been accepted to UC Santa Barbara, UC Riverside, Cal State Long Beach, and is committed to UC San Diego, as I said earlier, where she aspires to become a surgeon. She explained that she would like to become a surgeon because it intrigues her. She believes that she is a successful student because she is able to show balance between her daily life and school, being able to keep up with her classes and attending the needs of her personal life. She credits her mom with motivating her and giving her pep talks about the importance of education and being bilingual. Her teachers have nothing but positive things to say. This is what a few of her teachers have said. Ms. Kyler says, Andrea has a great value for self-actualization in her young age. She knows her career goals clearly, as well as setting up strategies aiming towards her success. Other than being academically and professionally successful in my classroom, she has also been accepted to 5 colleges outside of California. One of her undergraduate programs offered giving her a full Tier 1 full-ride scholarship. She has perfectly grasped the whole concepts of being a Raven. She will be a great asset wherever she goes. Mr. Morfin says, Andrea Juarez is an exceptional student. She is hardworking. She is very respectful. She asks for classwork in advance when she knows she's going to be absent. She has an extremely high potential in the Spanish language. Ms. Beeson says, and I wish I could do the impersonation because I can hear her clearly as she writes this. Ms. Andrea Juarez is one of the sweetest students I have had the pleasure of teaching this year. She's extremely conscientious about her academics, which is reflected in her GPA. Andrea is also pretty quiet and studious in class, but I've always seen her light up when something or someone interests her. It's amazing to see your students become passionate about things that interest them, and for Andrea, it's college and her plans for the future. Ms. Dolan says, Andrea Juarez is an excellent student and caring individual. She has been in Health Academy since her freshman year and has always been near the top of her class. Andrea also participates in HOSA State Leadership Conference this year and has completed more than 170 hours of community service during high school. It is my honor to introduce our Senior Student of the Month, Andrea Juarez.
Hello, everybody. I'll make this quick. I just wanted to thank my teachers for the great education they have given me, and my parents for always motivating me to do better and strive for the best. Los quiero mucho. Thank you.
Before we end the program, I do want to apologize for my coughing back there. With such beautiful arrangements, one of my pitfalls are I have allergies and I cannot take those home with me, so that's why my allergies are flaring up. However, parents of the Students of the Month, if you're sitting at that table, that's yours to take home and to enjoy. So you're welcome to take that. And for these three gentlemen, who's going to pay for the money to see who's going to win those flowers? I'll take the money here. So. That's one of the pitfalls. I can't enjoy those things. So students, before you leave, and I know we're running short on time and principals, we've changed it up a little bit as you notice with the photos. As soon as I'm done, students, bring your plaque up here, your hard plaque. We're going to do a group photo, and you'll be on the cover, actually on the chamber page since this is the last one, but we're going to highlight the Students of the Month just so you're aware of that. And if you'd like to take individual photos, our photographer will do so. Please remember, next year, we got some exciting things for Student of the Month, and we're going to have some changes. So principals, please be aware of that. We're going to change the venue, but it's still honoring the students and what they are doing with the program. So thank you to the school districts, the college, and everybody here that's supporting. I ask that you look at our sponsors on the back of the program and recognize that they are ones supporting us, because at the end of the year, students, hopefully you'll be the recipient of a $1,000 scholarship, which we'll announce in May. So to help us get those funds, because we need to raise $11,000 just for the scholarships, our sponsors help us do that. Before we leave, I'd like to say a quote. I know Dr. White always loves saying a quote, but I've always liked to say one from one of our major sponsors, the Optimist Club of Myrna Valley. And this is really reflective of the students here. So I want you to promise yourself to forget the mistakes of the past and press on to the greater achievements of the future. Thank you, everybody, for being here this afternoon, and have a great day. Students, don't forget, bring your plaques up here for the photo.